Hello learners, and welcome to today's lesson of Algebraic Expressions, Algebraic Language. Let's start off our lesson with a did you know? So, did you know that algebra is a mathematical language? With algebra, we are able to communicate mathematically using different forms and representations. Let's see how this is achieved in this lesson. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to recognize and identify conventions for writing algebraic expressions, recognize and identify coefficients and exponents in an algebraic expression, know the meaning of concepts used in algebra, identify and classify like and unlike terms in an algebraic expression. Know and identify the different types of polynomials, namely monomials, binomials, and trinomials. So looking at our concept map for this lesson, of course, our focus is that algebraic language. So our first concept is going to be writing algebraically, where we are going to recognize and identify conventions for writing algebraic expressions, identifying variables, coefficients, and exponents, and also word sums that are transferred to algebraic expressions. Then our second concept, we are going to be looking at like terms and unlike terms. Then lastly, we are going to be looking at those polynomials, where we are going to look into monomials, binomials, and trinomials. So let's look at what we must have, or the pre-knowledge that we should have for this lesson. So you must know how to recognize and interpret rules or relationships represented in symbolic form. And you must also know how to identify the variables and the constants in a given formula or equation. Let's see or put that pre-knowledge into practice. Now, the following formula is given. Describe the rule in words. So we can see that our formula or equation that we have been given here is y is equals to 3x plus 2. So now we are supposed to describe this rule in words. So remember, we know that our y is our output and our x is our input. So our y being our output and that x value being our input. So how would we describe this rule in words? Well, we can just say that for us to get the output, we are going to multiply the input by 3, and then from that product or to that product, we are going to add our 2. And that is us describing this rule in words. Let's look at another rule that we can describe in words. The next formula that we have been given here is y is equals to negative 2x plus 7. So how are we going to describe this in words? Now remember that y is our output value and our x is our input value. So how do we get our output value, since as well this is the result from this formula? Well, yes, we are going to multiply our input value by this negative 2, and then we are going to add 7 to that product. And this is us describing that rule in words. Let's quickly go to an ad break, and then we'll see you just now.